नमस्कार, I'm अशोक व्यास और मेरे साथ हैं विजय त्रिवेदी मार्कंडेय जी। तो विजय जी आपका बहुत-बहुत स्वागत है। We have also spoken to you near Vishwa Yoga Divas 21st June, and now on 21st December, while the world is going to observe World Meditation Day, I thought it'll be great to learn from you all about or a little bit about meditation. So tell me about the name you have is Vijay Trivedi, and then there is Markandeya. How name of that rishi became a part of your name?
This was given to me by my guru when I completed teacher training in 1996. So Markandeya, as you know, he is the one who mastered the Mahamrityunjay mantra. He was to die at the age of 12 years, and then he mastered Mrityunjay mantra and he defeated his own death. That's how the Mahamrityunjay came in the world. My guru, when he gave me Diksha, he just picked it from the blue and said, I'm going to give you the name Markandeya.
Markandeya. So with
That
this Markandeya name and the reference of Mahamrityunjay mantra, allow me to recite Mahamrityunjay mantra, and then I'll very briefly share outline of the meaning of the mantra with our viewers, and I have a question related to that from you. So this mantra goes. ओम त्रयंबकम यजामहे सुगंधिम पुष्टिवर्धनम उर्वारुकमिव बंधनान मृत्योर्मुक्षीय मामृतात. So there is a particular fruit which falls on its own from the branch of the tree when it is ripe. So the idea is that we should not leave this human body with unfulfilled desires, and there should be a sense of completeness when we go away from here. And this mantra is also applied many times in order to assuage from some disease, etc. But coming to the aspect of the sense of liberation or freedom, and how do you see meditation relates to that quest of elevating the level of our consciousness to pure joy or bliss?
well, Mahamrityunjay mantra, there is a second part also, right? First part you already chanted. The second part is
What
do
is second part?
do you remember?
No.
Okay, so let's start the first one.
Okay.
What is that? Yeah, let's chant together.
Om Trayambakam
Yaja
Yajamahe
Sugandhim
Pushtivardanam
Urva
Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiya Mamritat.
मृत्युंजय महादेव त्राहिमाम शरणागता जन्म मृत्यु जरावादि पीड़ितम कर्म बंधनात्. So the real mantra is the second one, right? जो मृत्यु का जो त्राहिमाम, जो हमारा जो ह्यूमन जो फियर है, जो पीड़ा और मृत्यु उसमें से मुक्त करता है. कैसे? किसी भी चीज में आप लिबरेट होना है, so the what you are doing is you are removing the attachment from that particular aspect which you are considering that you want to get liberated from. So death and pida, they are both related to the physical body. The soul doesn't die. So this particular mantra is all about really liberating your body from the attachment which your soul says you are perishable, but I'm always there to assume another body. So this Mrityunjay mantra is particularly reflecting our entire culture, that whenever we have any kind of ailments, we chant it. What we feel is we immediately feel the relief. And second part is because of the vibrations generated, it heals your energy body. आपका जो प्राणमय शरीर है उसमें जो disturbance, any ailments in physical body is always connected to pranamay sharira. So when you chant the Mrityunjay mantra, it removes the distortion in your प्राणमय शरीर, जिसको आप बोलते हैं ऊर्जा का जो शरीर है, that particular is getting repaired through the vibrations. What it does is it sets the right frequency and right amplitude. Any body which is 100% healthy vibrates at a particular frequency and amplitude. Whenever there is a disturbance, you vibrate at a different frequency, you go lower. So when you infuse this kind of mantra, you bring it back to the original frequency and I mean original amplitude and the frequency.
Okay, so
So the
yeah, let me stop you here because it's getting interesting, and yet I'm not able to comprehend properly, and maybe some of our viewers also. So, one, I got stuck when you said prana maya sharir, right? So,
Mhm.
so let's learn a little bit more about this pranamaya sharir, and then how it is related to the right vibration, and how vibration comes into the picture when we are talking about meditation. Kindly help.
Right. So it's very important that we know all our five bodies before we talk about meditation. See, our physical body is our anatomy.
Mhm.
Whatever we eat is reflected in our physical body. So if you eat good food, you will have good anatomy. If you put bad food, you are going to suffer. You will have different kind of disease, right? The second is pranamesharis. See, you breathe. We all feel the air we take in. It is not the breath. Breath is only the tool. What we are doing is we are taking two particular elements together, which is called pranavayu. The air is made from two panch mahabhut, akash, and it is another one is energy. When it is condensed, it becomes prithvi. So prithvi or akash, when they both are mixed in a proper way, it prepares a pranavayu. So it has already the energy, the condensed energy is already there in the breath we take. So this is a life force.
Yeah, okay, so again, you're getting a little bit technical, which is natural for you, but I'm just trying to see it from a wide range of the level of our understanding. So you talked about Panch Mahabhut, and you talked about Akash, and you talk about Prithvi. But when you're talking about Pranam, then you're mentioning that there's a combination of Akash and Prithvi. Then what about the other three Mahabhutas, that is Vayu, Agni, and Jal? So that doesn't.
So they are not related with your breathing.
Okay.
Breathing you take air, but what you are taking is you are taking akash and you are taking the condensed energy. So which is the life force. So this is all about it is making a another kind of body which is actually supporting your physical body. There is entirely a different body called
Yeah.
pranamaya shari.
Sorry to sort of repeat that, but it's kind of confusing to understand because when we breathe, we generally assume, and biologically also, it is the Vayu that you are
Mhm.
inhaling or you are exhaling, etc. But what you are saying is probably something subtle that is different than the physical aspect of as it appears.
Correct. So why we call it pranavayu? It is all about pran means life force. By using air, taking in and out, what we are doing is we are handling the life force. Because this two Panchamahabhut is responsible whenever it enters into your breathing system, what they do is in different part of your body, it expands the prana. So if you breathe properly, the way if you eat properly, your anatomy will be good. If you breathe properly, your pranamaya sharir will be good. So it is at a much subtler level compared to your physical body. Then there are another three. The next is your emotional body. We call it manomay kosh. The third one is your intellect sheath. We call it as a Vijnanmay kosh. And the last one is the bliss seat. The meditation is totally related to the last one, which is called bliss seat. When you experience that the bottom four bodies which you have assumed is nothing but it is a tool to experience the fifth body, then you are on the right path.
Yeah, so please repeat all these five bodies names. One is physical.
One is physical, is called Annamaya Kosh, right? The food is our normal food, whatever we eat day to day. The second is our Pranamaya Kosh, energy sheath. The food is Swashan, like Swasoswas, the Pranavayu, life force. That is the food. The third one is the Manomaya Kosh, the way we handle our emotions. That emotional body is responsible. It affects both your Pranamaya Sharir and it affects your physical body also, right? So, how? Then Vichar. The third one is called intellect sheath, your thoughts. The food there is the way you think. If you are thinking about the powerful way of living, you are going to add power because your intellect sheath has effect on all the bottom three sheaths: your physical body, your pranamaya sharir, and your manomaya kosh. All three are affected by the pattern of the thinking. Thoughts and your breath, those two patterns are very closely connected. If you are breathing properly, your thinking process, your sequencing, your comprehension, your memory, your analytical ability, everything will improve because the way you breathe and the way you think is very closely connected. I'll give you an example. Whenever you are very happy and relaxed, your breath will be very relaxed. There will be very few breaths per minute. When you are in a tension, in a anxiety, you'll be breathing much faster. So other way around, if you fix your breathing, you can fix your thinking process, you can fix your intellectual. So
So, yeah.
pranayam what means, the pranayam what we are doing is all about learning how to manage our life force. Pranayam, learning to expand the life force. He'll call pran is life force. Ayam means to expand. So if you learn that, your intellect sheet will be automatically clear and your ability to think will be far much better in terms of any other person who is not breathing properly or who is not giving value to breath.
So there is a awareness
Fifth,
element.
the
Yeah.
fifth one is the bliss state, right? Where that we will talk in detail when
Yeah.
we talk about
Now,
meditation.
yeah, I'll come back to this. So in the scriptural terminology, that is the Anandamay Kosh.
Yep.
Right. So we come back to these all five koshas, but I just wanted with you, that is the viewers who are listening to you, and I find it quite fascinating. You can actually put your finger here and
Yeah.
and calculate how, if you have a stopwatch, maybe in 1 minute how many breath coming in and going out, etc. Even by doing that, your mind would start getting a little bit settled down. There'll
True.
be a sense of peace. So but this pranayam is also an important, call it a tool or a method or a way to get to that which we refer to as meditation. So we
Very, very true. Because other than, I'll slightly add for more things. See, the rate of your breath also affect your lifespan. If you see different animals in the entire animal kingdom, the dog breathes much faster. It lives only 12 years, right? Elephant and horses, they breathe slower. So they elephant lives for like around 60, 80 years. The humans live, I mean the horse live around 40 years. Do you know what should be the human lifespan? Do you have any idea?
100 years, 100 years.
160 years should be our normal lifespan. If we breathe correctly, eat correctly, think correctly, and if we have our manomay sheath also programmed properly, and it is not out of blue what I'm telling you. In Japan, there is an island where people live 100% natural life and be with nature all the time. They eat only what is offered organically, and they do meditation, pranayam, everything, all the yogic exercise. They live around 140, 160 years even now, even today.
So even if we don't aspire to live 160 years, but as long as we are around, one, we should be healthy. Two, we should be happy. And in order to be happy, I think meditation has a key, which is a very important key. And how can we make use of this? Call it a special gift of meditation. In order to learn that from you, let me also request you to trace back how, once you started practicing meditation, did you observe some difference in your approach towards your work, the way you were interacting with people, or in general, the way you were feeling about yourself? How was that in your case?
See, before we talk about meditation and talk about me, there is one thing to very clearly understand. Meditation is all about going beyond the mind. The five senses, when focused externally outside, it collects, like eye collects pictures. हाँ? जो हमारी दृष्टि है वो दृश्य पकड़ती है. The ear collects ध्वनि, sound. The tongue collects the taste. The touch collects the experience, sparsh, right? And the mouth is all about outward you talk. So now the mind is an instrument which is making a sense out of all these senses, whatever it has collected. Mind is the instrument which is analyzing and making the meaning out of it. So your entire database is about what is external. What you are going to experience internally as a emotions and thoughts is totally governed by how your senses have picked up different what you call is, these are all stimulus. Whatever is outside, they are all stimulus. They send you the messages through your five senses to experience the world, and that's how your thought process and your emotions are set up, and your experience about the world, that's what guides your memory, your comprehension, your analytical ability. So you always have problem, or you always have pleasure with something happening outside. Your entire happiness is controlled by what is mind is making from the senses which is collecting. So your happiness will depend on, you bring a new auto, you bring a new house, you have a new friend, but that excitement is temporary. Why? When you are in a deficit of something, when you get, you temporarily expand and you feel happy. Like, I don't have car, I don't have car, I get the car, I'm temporarily happy. After a few days it becomes normal. So as far as the externals are responsible for our state of mind to become happy, it is not meditation, it is about becoming externally active and being called successful by what other people say. When the same five senses you learn how to turn inward and remove your dependence of happiness from outside, I tell you, what happened? I wanted a piece of sweet. My mind says, go eat sweet. So I go there, eat, there is a balance. Now, if I eat more, I'm not going to be happy. I may become unhappy. Similarly, without those object situations, or
Sorry.
individual, bless you, without those objects, individuals, or situation of our desire, if we learn to come into a particular balance, then what happens? Our happiness, which was earlier depending on the externals, is totally removed, and you start becoming happy by coming into a state of equilibrium, which is going beyond the mind. The mind was
Yeah,
the
yeah, let me just interrupt you.
yeah.
Uh, I'm happy that I'm kind of following what you are saying. And I will be additionally happy when I have the assurance that some of our viewers are also uh, walking with you in this very, very uplifting way of appreciating what is possible with us. And I'll connect with what you mentioned earlier. Meditation is going beyond mind. Did you say something like that?
Yes.
Right. So then if you are not focusing on the internal side of you, then it may not work. The senses would pull, as you were mentioning, and I'm also not forgetting my question that I asked you, and I think indirectly you have answered me that you reach to a stage where it doesn't matter in terms of how things are externally, and there is a perennial flow of joy, and awareness of that became more available to you through the practice of meditation. Would I be correct in interpreting it like that?
You have definitely interpreted it correctly. uh, I would use more as the dependence on the external is removed, right? It is not about, because happiness is not in object, individual, and situation. If happiness was in objects, individuals, and situation, the more you have, the more you should become happy, right?
So yeah, I'm probably going slightly away from what we are discussing right now, but not totally away. The kind of conversation that I hear nowadays, they are referring to meditation also as a way of manifesting. And when I say manifesting, this is a manifestation of the desire or realizing of what you want to achieve, etc. So, is that a totally different track than what you are talking about, or there is an overlap space where going beyond mind and not having your happiness dependent on external achievements exist, yet achievements do take place? Kindly So this is an area of confusion for many of us.
See, this subject is tremendous, and I tell you, on this subject, I can talk for at least 5 6 hours.
Oh man, we have only
The
4 5 minutes. Yeah.
manifestation is a state in which you go into a domain where you release your intentions, and the universe will take care of your intention by creating a situation in which what you have released as an intention will start manifesting, or you can say start conceiving in the beginning. And a stage will come from conceiving, the way the baby is conceived, and it takes time, 9 months before it is delivered. The universe will start working on your released intention. But in that case, you have to come to a state in which you have gone beyond your all five Panchamahabhut. Huh? It's a very different subject where you have transcended all the five Panchamahabhut, because when you transcend the Mahabhut, then you have a say over. As long as you are the slave of Panch Mahabhut, you cannot manifest them. समझते आप? पृथ्वी, जल, अग्नि, vayu, and this is akash. So, if you are bound by them, you can manifest only when you release yourself and you start living above your agnya and your sahasa, and you are able to release your intentions in the area which is above sahasa, which is the call area of manifestation. हाँ हमारा जो सहसार है ना, from there up to infinite, You can release infinite intentions, and the universe can take care of your manifestation. The only thing is, it should be in the interest of universe. If you want to manifest anything which is against the interest of universe, it has to be the human way. It cannot be. The God has manifested everything what you see in the world just by releasing an intention in a domain where universal forces have taken care that it conceived, and it has ripened it to a level when it is manifested into all kinds of forms you see around.
Beautiful, very expressed, Vijayji. And as we are about to conclude,
But that's a totally a different subject. If you want to do manifestation,
we will
I,
talk about it separately.
I'll take long sessions on manifestation, and I tell you, for that your sadhana has to be very very intense. It cannot be that, for some selfish motives you want to manifest and you're going to manifest. It's not going to happen like that. You have to have a broader vision. You have to look at the broader interest. You have to see that everybody is benefited from your manifestation. Then it will take care, and it will take place, guaranteed.
So it will take place. Granted, I think we will definitely have a longer session on manifestation. And as for now, I think we got some ideas about meditation. And if you just give one brief outline as to how one should prepare to get into the state where meditation becomes possible. Allow me to add, like, sometimes we hear that if there is no purity of mind, or if your conduct is not correct, in alignment with the vibration that you were mentioning, so anything that comes to you, yeah.
See, there are two different things, and they have to be understood very clearly. One is meditation, and another is technique of meditation. Meditation cannot be described, meditation can be experienced. Anything which is talking, describing meditation is not meditation. It is about meditation. So,
Right.
yeah. Meditation is only experiential reality. Meditation has no description, no words, no lyrics, nothing. It's an absolute silence under which the whole world is manifested,
Beautiful.
right? But technique of meditation, that's where people like me, the teachers, can help. So we teach you some of the technique. One of the technique we call is our Samadhi Dhyan in Siddha Samadhi Yoga, which I learned through my guru, and we have trained thousands and thousands and thousands of people who are meditating, living a happy life. Rishi Prabhakar, Rishi Sanskriti Vidya Kendra, Leah, USA. So there, the technique is very simple. First of all, if you are doing Raj Yoga Pranayam and eating raw food, you are doing a preparation to prepare your mind to settle down, and your prana is enough that when you settle down, it will rise in meditation to help you go beyond your mind. So pranayam and raw food, they should be first two state. Raw food means mainly sprouts. If you can eat sprouts, and especially moong sprouts, if you cannot take raw, uh, you can do little bit of maybe little boiling, but not too much. But it gives you a lot of prana, which supports you to stay in meditation centered. uh. Otherwise, if you eat all these cooked food takes away prana from you. You sit in meditation, you will be sleeping. You will see people, uh, वो तो होता नहीं है. They sit, and instead of their consciousness rising, the body which is eating so much of cooked food is pulling them down and taking them into sleep, which is okay, but it is not about.
Meditation.
It is not about being aware and being awake and going into higher consciousness. Now, fundamentally, if you prepare yourself with pranayam and your raw food, and now you are ready for your sadhana, the biggest concept of meditation, if you really realize, it's very simple. Brahma Satya. Brahma means the self. We call it Aham Brahmasmi. Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. Jagat means ever changing. The world which we create through our thoughts is ever changing. So, this self, this Brahma, will learn how to witness this train of thoughts, stand apart, and just become a drashta. Meditation happens by itself. You cannot do meditation. You allow meditation to happen. So, what do? If we go to the nitty gritty of the technique, we sit in meditation. Either you sit in Padmasana if you can, or the Padmasana, or you can sit in chair or sofa also. But what you do is you make your bottom spine straight. When your bottom spine is straight, the prana is given a upward direction. So the prana goes up, right? And then what you use is you use your both this, right? इसको आप मिला लीजिए, make your and put them in the lap. So both the palms touching each other, thumb touching, and then you put it. So if you put it properly relaxed, automatically you're getting support to keep your spine straight. So this is your posture. What you start, you first bring little smile on your face as if you're welcoming something which is very wonderful. ये आपको एकदम, वो बोलते हैं ना, स्मित स्मित सुंदर मुखारविंद. हाँ, तो आपके चेहरे पर जैसे ही स्मित आएगा तो एक चीज आप समझ जाइए, आप पूरे खुल जाएंगे. You become open to the universe only when you smile. When you smile, the universal forces care about you. They are ready to help you and support you. So this is your posture. And now I explained you the concept Brahma Satya. Brahma means you are a person who are a witness to the world of your own thoughts. Your world is created by your thoughts. Your world and my world is different in the form that my thoughts and your thoughts are different. But if I stand apart and now I tell myself that I am going to observe this world. How? There are four things you do by observing. First, never try to reject the thoughts. जैसे ही आप ध्यान में बैठेंगे, the thoughts are going to attack you. Invariable. हाँ? वो कहाँ से भी आपने नहीं सोचा, that kind of thought will come and it will start distracting you because meditation is murder of mind and mind doesn't want to die. So सबसे पहले आपका है, do not try to reject the thought. If it comes, let it come, let it go. It is just like आप मंदिर में जाते हैं, एक तिलक लगाता है, आगे जाओ. Just like that, you tell thoughts, you are okay, please go. This is a psychological state in which you have no intention of attending the thought. Remember, you have no intention. Attending means trying to reject, trying to go behind, trying to hold, or trying to create any new thought. There are four things. First is rejecting whatever is coming, means Second is you want to go behind your thoughts because thoughts can be converted into some action. Here you are telling, I am perfectly okay. I'm not going to attend to you, and I choose consciously not to participate. This is very important tip. Not attending and choosing consciously not to participate. This is what is going to take you into meditation, because you are connected with the external is detached here. Your attention is the power, just like a car. When you turn the ignition on, engine start. Your attention is just like an ignition to your thoughts. The moment you put the attention away, the ignition is turned off and the engine is going to come down slowly. A stage will come where you can see that engine is now absolutely almost stopped. This is the beginning of your meditation.
So
It's
let me just get a little bit of more clarification. What you are suggesting is thoughts would come. Do not pay attention to them. Let them
no,
go.
no, 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 no.
No,
Do not, no, pay attention. I have not said that
I
is
see.
passive. I said not attending actively. You are aware that you don't want to attend, and you choose not to participate in whatever is happening around you. आपको मालूम है क्या हो रहा है, but you make a conscious choice of not participating. It is not you. You not paying attention is passive.
I see.
The right word is you choose not to attend.
So
It's a, it's a conscious choice you're making. That is the technique of meditation I'm teaching.
so you're consciously not attending to the thoughts that are
That
emerging.
not paying attention, people will go in sleep. It
Correct.
is passive. This is actively you are choosing not to attend.
So
But this is
then,
the difference between sleep and meditation.
so then what happens when you get to the practice of not attending consciously to whatever thought comes? Then what happens?
So now, because you are not attending and you are constantly deciding not to participate, you are going into a state which is called trance. From a state of mind, from the state of slavery of mind, now you are in trance. You are still not in meditation. You are ready to transcend. Now, this concept of transcend is very important to understand, that you are on a 12 store, you have a 12-story building. When you're on the first floor, whatever is happening in the street is going to affect. You are going to be attached to what is happening around. You will say, why this is making the horn, why he is shouting, this, that. You go on the 12th story, what will happen? Two things. On the first level, what was bothering you on the 12th story is not going to bother. On the first level, what you could see, your vision will be far, far longer when you go on the 12th story. So it happens simultaneously. So this trance is now you're ready to transcend. Here, if you learn how to take a sound which is helping you to transcend, we call it mantra. हाँ, मननम त्रायते, it is mantra. जो मन का रक्षण करते हैं उसको मंत्र कहते हैं. That we charge and give it to our students. It is this. It is actually designed to create particular physiological effect. So if people have some kind of ailments, their vibrations are going to, the energy sheath is going to continuously improve, and they will be surprised to know the chronic disease start reducing, and at some stage they disappear. So this is the state in which from trance you take a mantra and you sit quietly there. So now you get into meditation, which is only experiential. No words can explain you. The more you explain, the more you get confused. It has to be practiced. It's called abhyas. Then it gets converted into sadhana. अभ्यास में जैसे जैसे आनंद आएगा आपको, sadhana milne. Now, here, once you take that mantra, most important thing and most what you call is significant step is you have arrived, you are watching your world of thoughts, you have decided not to attend, you consciously choose not to participate. 3, 4, 5 minutes you stay in this particular state, and you can use mantra soha. So why soha? It is a very easy to remember. And how you take mantra, as you're remembering your name. So you release from trance into now transcendental.
Beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
up from now here most important, because reversal is possible from here. You arrived, you want to stay there. So very important two steps, that you are dead to the world from this moment.
You are?
Dead to the world for next 10 to 15 minutes. Not that you are dead, but you have no concern about the world unless there is some super urgency. You are not worried about why the fan is making noise, why this person is talking, why TV is giving this news. You are totally disconnected, because a dead body doesn't get up and tell why you're talking. So, not that you make yourself dead, but you are not concerned about. This is the meditation. This is the phase in which you evolve. You go into a journey which is called journey to unknown.
Very, very nice. And if I try to touch what you just beautifully explained, when we say liberation, so meditation is liberating in the sense that what we are doing is going beyond the reality that is surrounding us, where we have the seeds of worries or stress or tension, or and it is not like it is not a drug or anything. It is
No.
just the more uplifting aspect which is given to us, that we are unfolding by getting into the state of stillness or silence, and consciously not attending to any thought that emerges. So
Very important. Consciously not attending and choosing not to participate. It is not avoiding. If you start saying that I'm not paying attention, you're going to go to sleep. You're not going to meditate. You are aware but not attending. You're choosing not to attend.
yeah. So Vijay, since you have taught or instructed so many people, guided them to meditation, and you must have come across this question very often. People say that, "Oh, I sit for the meditation, but my mind keeps running." And I think this question would remain for as long as human beings are there. But how do you how do you address it? And some people say, I sit
I,
for.
the answer is very simple. The answer is very simple. And if you give them this, do not give so much credit to your mind. It is your flickering way of. See, I tell you, meditation is equanimous state. You are not attached to your likes, you are not running away from your dislikes. You are in the middle. The mind always thinks that something is right or something is wrong. Stop evaluating, become a drashta. Mind cannot trouble you. Mind loves duality. That is why meditation is going beyond mind. The moment you tell your mind, there are two other physical conditions which will support you for meditation, which you can remember. Whenever you want to start abhyas, if you are somewhat hungry and somewhat tired, huh, it allows you to settle very quickly and you come to that trance point very easily. पहली 3 4 जो मिनट में आप अगर आपको, एंड इफ यू आर hungry to a point where you can invite a very good meal, what happens that during that time your system is clean and it can talk to universe very quickly, so you get pulled into universal forces much faster. Unless you are eating 100% raw food, then even after eating you sit in meditation, your meditation will be better. But because our food is of a much lower pranic value, when we eat all this cooked food, we always go to sleep. Why people want to sleep so much? When they eat, they lose their awareness, they feel sleep. The mind which has been bothering them, now they're somewhat, so they want to sleep more.
I
Sleep is not rest. Rest and sleep, they are two different things. Meditation for 15 minutes is much deeper rest. It will give you a rest of equivalent to 2 hours of deep sleep, because you are totally detached from the external and you are the boss of your mind now. You are telling mind what to do, not mind directing you. I'm the boss.
Wonderful. So, boss Vijay Trivedi Markandeji, in terms of helping us understand the nuances of meditation, and meditation helps us in being in control. We have to give up the control in order to be in control, is one way of putting it. When you say consciously not attending to the thoughts, meaning we are giving up the control, or we are controlling ourselves in the sense that we are not engaging with the thoughts to become active and execute that particular trigger point which the thought has brought. So this way, we are dissociating, and yet it is a sense of conserving our energy or replenishing ourselves and rejuvenating ourselves, and all that happens through meditation. So you have been blessed, I would say, to have practiced as well as helped others practice
Truly,
grace of
truly
your Guruji, Vijay Trivedi ji.
true. And meditation has changed my life, inside out, up or down.
Beautiful. And may that change our lives also for the better. So thank you,
Anyone,
Vijay.
anyone who wants to dedicate to abhyas and sadhana, they can be bestowed by this beautiful. We are, like you already mentioned, this is already programmed. What we are looking for is getting some keys to activate, right? So the people like us, only we give you keys. We don't teach you meditation. Meditation is already your, every human is programmed. It is because our focus is external. We never realize who we are. दुनिया में सबसे पहले जानना अपने को जरूरी है, बाहर का जानने से क्या फायदा है? It's all, it's, I tell you, all a wrong investment in terms of time and efforts, learning to understand the whole world before understanding yourself. मेडिटेशन करने के बाद पूरे जगत को आप जानिए, कोई बात
बहुत बढ़िया। तो ये सारी बातें जानने का अवसर मिला विजय त्रिवेदी मार्कंडेय जी के साथ। उनका बहुत बहुत आभार, बहुत सारी मंगल कामनाएं और प्रणाम के साथ फिर एक बार आपको भी वर्ल्ड मेडिटेशन डे जो 21 दिसंबर को मनाया जाता है, उसके निमित्त ये बातचीत हुई। तो उस दिन को मनाने के विचार के पीछे जो जो हैं शक्तियां, उन सबको वंदन, और आप सबको बहुत बहुत मंगल कामनाओं के साथ अनुमति दें।
है. Truly wish the whole world meditate.
जय
जय गुरुदेव.
हिंद, नमस्ते।
नमस्ते.